Alright guys, I'm back with another video. It's time you guys received an honest review about Cataclysm. I've been playing this game for a couple weeks now. I've kind of steered away from doing commentary videos, but I thought this was the perfect opportunity to talk about this expansion and give you guys a decent review. Cataclysm, as of right now, is the perfect expansion for the majority of WoW players. One thing we know is that misery loves company, and I think people are shy to admit that they're actually enjoying Cataclysm right now. Now, before you go down in my comment section and slam on your keyboard saying I'm wrong, just take a minute and hear me out. Cataclysm right now has the most value as far as people wanting things and changes, but also staying as close to classic as possible. The first go around for Cataclysm was not good. I agree wholeheartedly. Now, the massive amount of changes, including the map changes to the old world, was extremely overwhelming, and for players like myself young back in the day who were extremely young, pretty confused with all the changes, and we weren't really sure what to do, especially with the lack of information out there now. They introduced things like transmog, reforging, major city changes, transportation changes, guild perks, guild prep, new heirlooms, and many more things for a player who didn't have access or guides to this information, just really felt overwhelmed. But now with the access to guides, YouTube videos, streams, information about this expansion, Cataclysm this go around has the right amount of ingredients to make this honestly a great expansion for almost everyone. But let's talk about raiding for a minute. More importantly, this is why I'm enjoying Cataclysm right now. Let's talk about gatekeeping. Gatekeeping has been a very hot topic in the WoW community since the re-release of Classic in 2019. For anyone who doesn't know what gatekeeping means in a WoW perspective, it just means when a raid leader or a group organizer sets requirements in order for you to join their raid, whether it's a certain parse or item level, things like that. In Cataclysm, gatekeeping really is essentially non-existent. There are no more excuses for players feeling like they're just unable to join raids. Cataclysm offers 10-man and 25-man raids with the same loot as well as heroic versions. Cataclysm offers many players opportunities to get loot that are all as equivalent in being up to par with raid loot. Justice points, valor points, craftables, BOEs, all the reputation loot, they all share the same item level right now as raid loot outside of the heroic versions of raids. There really is no reason or room for people to say they can't join raids or feel left out. There's guilds everywhere, 10 and 25 mans, all doing normals or heroics. You can find any type of guild that you're possibly looking for right now, and Cataclysm provides that for people, an opportunity to play the game the way they want. Again, there's really no room for people to say they can't join raids right now. They're available everywhere. Now let's talk about some of the changes in Cataclysm that I stated previous that this go around have been a great fit for the majority of WoW players. Dungeon Finder. Dungeon Finder is a great tool. Now I know there is a couple people out there that are suggesting, I see it in LFG, I see it on Reddit, I see it in forums, that they feel like they don't get that community feel when they have to find people through the server and the dungeons. Let's just be real. I miss that too, but that just doesn't really exist anymore. It's 2024. People want to get in and get out of the dungeons, and that's why Dungeon Finder is a great tool. Not only that, but it lets you queue anywhere. So while you're working on professions, a gathering profession, you're skinning, you're mining, you're leveling your toon, you're grabbing heirlooms, you're working on your bank, you're doing anything, it allows you to queue while you're doing that. And right now, with the game being fresh, the queue times just aren't that bad. They aren't. On my Wrath toon right now, I'm getting like a 1.5 2-minute queues as a DPS. It's crazy. Now let's talk about transmog and reforging. Obviously, transmog is a great tool to give you, lets you craft your character how you want them to look, and that's a great tool. As you look at my toon right now, I'm in love with the 2.5 classic set for warrior. I think it's amazing. I think it's the best tier ever, and I love it. I love the colors. And it just goes great. It's what I like. That's a beautiful thing about transmog. Now, reforging is also beautiful because you get to mold your stats to fit certain things that you might be lacking. If you're missing some dodge, you're missing some hit, you're missing some mastery, you're missing some crit, you're missing something and you want to reforge some of your gear to fit the bill, go for it. The amount of different ways of transportation, whether it's portals, zeppelins, boats, or talking to NPCs to teleport, extremely overwhelming at first. I remember being a young player and I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to get to Vastir. I had no idea how to just really do anything or how to get around efficiently. But again, now with guides and things like that, it finally served its purpose, the transportation ways, as far as being a convenience. The old world isn't as intimidating anymore. And in fact, I've seen more people be okay with the changes than ever before, especially with the addition of almost everybody having heirlooms now or being able to grab heirlooms. Leveling really isn't that big of a chore. Cataclysm also gives the opportunity right now for people to have multiple alts without feeling like it's such a chore. I mean, I'm rocking on, I almost have 385s already, and I feel like I've put in the amount of time. And I mean, I had a week, I went to Florida on release, and I already have almost 385s. I really haven't put that much time into this game. And Cataclysm has allowed me to have alts, play what I want, and then also find raids for those tunes without having any issues. And that's even without playing a tank. Like, I have a tank, but I have 2 other DPS, and I just haven't had issues finding raids. I think just about everyone I know has multiple 85s, and they have felt like they don't have to put their life on hold in order to level these tunes or to stay on top of the content. Overall, to me, Cataclysm has been a major success right now as far as giving players a little bit of everything that they wanted. At first, back in the day, it was too much, but now with the advancement of players, guides, accessibility to information, Cataclysm has so far fit the mold of being a great expansion, and I just don't understand how people are continuing to not enjoy it. I'm seeing people enjoy it all the time. The community's been good. Looking for Group has its trolls as always, which is a good sign, because if there's trolls, that means there's people playing. And I really do think it's a great expansion with a lot to offer right now. So we'll see in the future here, but I think this is a great opportunity for players to get back in the game. People have been coming to my stream asking if it's worth it. To me, it's 100% worth it. I think Cataclysm this go around in 2024 instead of 2010 or 2011, whenever it came out, is a much better expansion due to the amount of information that players have and just overall better players in the game. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'll see you another time.